Welcome to Harmonium LA, the podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Heedy Gandolfi, emotional wellness expert, founder of Harmonium LA, and published author. The world needs healing now more than ever. My goal is to bring you inspiring conversations, tips, and techniques that will help you build a sustainable healing toolkit. The Harmonium LA podcast is the only resource you will need to slow down, stop searching, and start healing. Welcome back to another episode of Stop Searching and Start Healing. I just wanted to hop on and do a very quickie little mini solo episode. I just got back from my beach walk and I was really inspired to just take a moment, first of all, to say how truly grateful I am, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for all the support, all the love, all the comments, all the feedback, the support, everything I have received from all of you over the past 3 months, not even 4 months yet, of me launching the show. It's been an absolute pleasure, an honor, and a real gift for me to be able to bring people and conversations to you to help you, to support you, because that was what this show was really designed to do in the beginning, was just to help support your healing journey, your journey through life, through processing of emotions and experiences and traumas, situations, illnesses, whatever it might be, down days, up days, all of the things in between. And so I just want to just express my gratitude to each one of you for listening, tuning in, and just being that pillar of support to me. So that was the first thing. The second thing was just to really talk about forgiveness, because I have spent the last 3 weeks myself processing a huge amount of past experience, past trauma that had been lingering in my system that I hadn't dealt with properly from way back. Actually, I probably want to say about 28 years ago. And I hadn't realized at the time what an impact that situation had been putting on my nervous system, on my emotional body, and how that was manifesting in my physical well-being. And it was only when I really took some time to go deeply, deeply inside that I was able to pinpoint it and say, oh my gosh, that's the point right there. That's the issue. That's what I need to release. I need to forgive myself for that situation, for that time in my life, and the pain that I not only caused myself, but my friends, my family, but also to forgive and release the other people that were involved in that experience as well. And so it just came to me like a lightning bolt from the sky that I needed to deal with this and address it and release it, forgive myself so that I can move forward. I'm turning 50 in a few weeks, and I needed to be clear and focused and ready to hit this next decade. Gloves off, fully focused, fully ready, and embracing all that is about to come my way in the next decade and beyond. And so part of that process and that reflection and that looking inward and turning those lights on inside myself is something that I've been really spending a lot of time manifesting and working through. So I took a trip to Miami. I rented a car. I drove down to Key Largo, and I sat in this location that I needed to relive the situation, the experience, the memory, so that I could really forgive myself for what happened and how it played out, and the after effects that had on, as I say, friends and family, and really be in that moment, to be in that memory. And I have to tell you, it was really painful. It was emotional. It was painful. It was traumatizing. It was heavy. It was really powerful to relive. It was a little surreal, honestly, but it was so necessary, and it has had such an impact on my emotional well-being. It took a few days to process, probably about a week actually. But now I'm looking back and I feel so much lighter, so much more in control of where I'm going, not controlled by where I was, and just knowing that it's okay. It was okay. It's okay that that was the decision I chose to make at that point in my life, because I didn't know any better. I wasn't tuned in to my inner guide, in my inner wisdom, My emotional intelligence just wasn't firing as it needed to be firing at that point in my life. And I was using a lot of escapist and numbing behaviors to try and deal with pain and trauma from previous years. And so there were a lot of factors at play with the decisions that I made back then that I needed to go and forgive myself for, and to forgive others, and to be able to move forward in my most vibrant, most powerful, most empowered, self-loving way into this next decade. So it made me want to just talk to you about forgiveness. And as hard as it sometimes might seem, and as impossible as it might feel, and I have a lot of my clients that say to me, Jessica, I can't forgive myself for that situation. I can't forgive that person for what happened. I can't forgive them for what they did to me. It's their fault. It's my fault. It's everybody's fault. Blaming somebody or something. And it doesn't serve us. It does not serve us. It keeps us prisoner. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us held hostage to that person, situation, experience. And that doesn't allow us to grow. It doesn't allow us to heal. And it doesn't allow us to move forward and step into whatever it is we are destined to be during our life on this planet. And that life is short, and we need to make the most of it, and we need to embrace it. We need to feel empowered. We need to come from a place of radical self-acceptance and radical self-love. And if we haven't forgiven ourselves and situations and other people, then it's impossible for us to do that. So I wanted to just remind you to take a moment, just to stop for a second and think about, because we all have it. We all have a thought, a memory, a person, a situation that we hold on to and blame. The blame game, it's huge. And if we just stop and reflect and think about that and take ourselves back to that time, it might be painful. It will be probably painful. It will be emotional. It will be difficult and challenging. But just sit in that memory and release it. And release it for yourself so that you can be free of that hostage situation, so that you can move forward into the life that you deserve to live, and heal that memory so that you can put it to bed, you can release it, and you can change your perspective on that aspect of your life or that person, because perspective is everything. But if we're holding on to those ghosts and those gremlins, it's impossible. It's impossible to change the outlook. It's impossible to change the direction and the trajectory of where we want our lives to go. So that's all I wanted to say. It may be helpful, it may not be, but I felt called to share it. And more than anything else, I just wanted to express my gratitude to all of you for listening and just being amazing. And just remember, you are beautiful, you're amazing, you're incredible, and you deserve to live your best life. And that's it. Sending so much love. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly hope that you enjoyed the show, and there is at least one thing that you can take away from today's episode that will help you build that sustainable healing toolkit. It would mean the absolute world to me if you would subscribe to the show, give it a 5-star review, and share this or any of the other episodes with somebody that you feel could really benefit by listening. I look forward to seeing you next time.